What's up, everybody? Good morning. Uh, okay. First of all, today's episode of On My Shoulder, I liked it. Um, it's getting pretty heated pretty fast. Um, so David Hayward, of course, is back in town after spending 5 years in prison for what happened at the Chandler mansion. He bumps into Cara, whatever, and Griffin. He wants, because Cara claims that she had a miscarriage, but she really had an abortion, and she don't want to tell David. So when David tried to talk to her, Griffin comes in trying to be the white knight. I cannot stand Griffin. Like, seriously, mind your fucking business. Stay out of it. Like, how you gonna try to tell David not to talk to Cara? First of all, Cara's a grown ass woman. She can handle David on her own. She doesn't need your protection. Mind your business. Seriously, he's an ass. Like, Griffin needs to go get a life. So David and Cara was talking. David just wanted to know how come she didn't come see him when he was in prison or tell him personally what happened to the baby. And then he wrote her all these letters and she didn't respond back to none of them. She claims that she's trying to move on from David, but she still wears the necklace that he bought her. Like, seriously, when David finds out what she did, there's going to be hell to pay. I'm telling you. Hayward, he's not above going after somebody. Trust me, once you cross David Hayward, he wants his revenge. That's how he is. So, he's definitely going to find out the truth one way or another. Hayward is going to be pissed when he finds out what this chick did. Like, he's going to be heated over it. So anyway, Kara leaves and he sees a sign on the hospital door that says J.R. Chandler. So he walks in and is J.R. in a coma. So David was looking at JR's charts and stuff like that, and he was threatening to pretty much remove JR from life support, pull the plug. So when he was gonna do it, he decided not to do it and just pull the plug back in because he felt like JR was in his own hell, and he felt like death would just be a reprieve for JR. So when he saw JR hands moving, he was kind of pissed because there was no way he was gonna let JR wake up, so he tried to strangle him. Hayward is crazy. David is nuts. Nobody gets revenge better than David Hayward. So anyway, back at the Chandler mansion, Brooke is talking with CELIA about, CELIA quitting the Miranda Center and stuff because of her guardian doesn't want her working there with those type of people. And but CELIA feels that she could do whatever she wants legally now because she's 18. And if she wants to continue to work for the Miranda Center in Brooke, she's going to continue to do so. I think what Brooke should do is, I think Brooke should offer CELIA a place to stay. I think she should offer her a room at the Chandler mansion, to have her live there with them. I think Adam would be okay with it. So anyway, CELIA goes back to her dorm room or whatever at that boarding school and sees iPad, or I guess, and some flowers and stuff that was sent by Petey. So, he's pretty much trying to ask, courting her, asking her out, and he was outside of her window. I think that's some old school romantic shit right there, what he did. Like, and I like that. Palmer would be so proud. But anyway, CELIA, she's a good, she's a gorgeous chick. I really do like CELIA. I think she's gonna be definitely a good character in this show. Anyway, back at the Chandler mansion, Miranda was trying to fit into Kobe's old jeans or whatever, so AJ came in to help her, and she had put on a top with no bra for this date that she got with that Hunter Morrison kid. She put on this top with no bra. I'm like, how old is Miranda? Why is you wearing that outfit? She is too young to be wearing that. Two, she's too young not to be wearing no bra. First of all, I'm like, put on a bra. Don't be going out there like that, because she was like dressing like she ain't had no mother. Seriously, she should not be dressing that grown. So AJ was telling her, you know, Hunter is pretty much a player and a dog and stuff like that. I think he do got feelings for Miranda. I know they're kind of like brother and sister and stuff like that, but of course they're not related in any way. So I think AJ definitely likes her, but I don't think she like him that way yet. I think eventually they might become a little couple or whatever. Eventually. So they kind of got into an argument because of a remark that AJ made about her, you know, referencing to trash and stuff like that, you know, like the trailer park. That is so fucked up. But she forgave him. Bianca came in with a top for Miranda. So AJ told Miranda to just tell Hunter to pick her up at the Chandler mansion. So they were all in the living room when Hunter came over and stuff like that, asking Bianca what time should he have her home. And of course, Bianca didn't have a time. She just told her, you know, use her judgment. So anyway, Bianca went to the graveyard, and of course, she went to Marissa's grave, which I had a feeling Marissa was the one that was dead. So Marissa was the one that got shot that night, and David ended up shooting JR. So I feel bad for Marissa. I feel bad that they killed her off, even though I wasn't too fond of the character. But yeah, they shot her, which I had a feeling that's who was killed. So anyway, AJ goes to the coffee house or whatever. Miranda thinks that, you know, he's there to spy or something. So when Miranda was talking to AJ, this chick came up sitting with Hunter. So Miranda went over there and Hunter gonna pull up a chair for Miranda. I was like, oh hell no. So he told her that the girl was, you know, into girls or whatever, into chicks. So the girl started rubbing on Miranda's thigh and stuff like that, implying that they wanted to have a threesome. I was like, oh hell to the no. No, I would have picked that chair up and knocked him the fuck out. So he tried to make a reference talking about he thought she was a freak or whatever. Talking about your mother should have taught you something because your mother like women or whatever. I'm like, wow, he is a complete jackass. So when Miranda stormed out, AJ came over there and punched Hunter in the face and knocked him on his ass. Thank God. I cannot stand that kid. He was such an asshole. Anyway, Angie was talking to Zach and Jesse about, you know, David Hayward being back in Pine Valley. Jesse was pissed about it, and Angie told him to just forgive him and move on and let him be, which I agree. You know, let it be. So Angie storms out. Jesse tells Zach this is why he can't tell her about Cassandra being kidnapped, because how hostile she'll get about it, and it'll kill her. Like it'll be devastating. But I feel like Jesse has no right to not tell Cassandra's mother that she's been kidnapped. What if Natalia was kidnapped and Angie didn't tell Jesse about it? He would be pissed, because I think she's gonna find out eventually. Like, so you might as well just tell her now. She's gonna find out. So I think it's pointless keeping it secret. It's stupid. So anyway, Cassandra was tied up to the bed, handcuffed to the bed or whatever, and this Russian guy pretty much making sexual advances towards her. I feel bad for her. I hope Jesse and them hurry up and find her, because she definitely is in dire straits right now. But anyway, this episode was great. I enjoyed it. I hope all of you have a great day. See you later.